Questions? Let's go from the floor first and we'll go to the phone. Yes, over here.
Okay. Are there going to be fixed number of shares or a limited number of shares offered, and can that ever change in the future? Is that something that we determine?
Yeah, I'll repeat questions so they can hear on the phone. Question is, are there a fixed number of shares offered and can that be changed? The fixed number of shares is 950. Can that be changed? It can be changed if you, the board, decide to increase it. Though I don't suspect you're going to do that, but it's certainly your choice if you choose to do that. Let's go back over here and then we'll come back to you. Yes, sir.
My name's Robert Schukert. I own lot 1100 with Partridge Pines. I've got a couple of comments. I'm going to read you one statement, if I may, please. In the acquisition team update on September 10th, there's a paragraph down here that says that we want to get this done no later than October 15th. You show the lender commitment to our order. Anyway, share purchases made after that closing will be at a slightly higher rate. How much is slightly? Got any idea?
Let's step over here.
That's after closing, after if we are fortunate enough to purchase. After closing, in order for the attorneys to file the paperwork, there's a $100 fee. We know that fee will go up. We don't know that the share price itself will go up at that time. Probably not. But for the handling of the legal paperwork, after closing, it will be $100 for you to fill out the paper and me to send it to the lawyer to file it like it's supposed to be filed.
So you're in.
It's not a cost to the committee. It's a cost that we're going to have to pay the lawyer to get that paperwork done.
All right, so your answer is $100, or your answer is you have no idea?
$100 is what it would cost.
Can I address that real quick? I'm the one that said that, and let me tell you why I said it. Normally, the charter members, those are the people that buy up front, that took the risk up front, the pioneers, the ones that took the arrow in the back and everything, normally they get the best deal. It's not uncommon for an organization like yours, after the purchase, to raise the share price. It won't be dramatic, but it is possible to do that. Plus, you're going to have to pay your own individual closing costs, like the $100. So your board may decide after the closing, instead of $3,000, it goes to $3,200 or $3,300 or something like that. But and our recommendation is that they might want to consider doing that. That's their call. Let's see. Let's come back over here and we'll come back to this. I guess, ma'am.
I just have a couple very quick questions, and I think the answer should be quick. Now, each community is going to be paying their part of the mortgages on their amenities and their clubhouses. And if there's any reserved funds, would those also be split toward the communities? For instance, could we use some funds to pay some of the principal of the mortgage in our community?
Sure. The comment was, and it's a great comment. The comment is every community is paying their pro rata share of their purchase price for their amenities in the form of a loan payment. Will there be reserves was the second part of that question. The answer is yes. We're going to have an engineer come out and tell us what those reserves need to be and how much we need to put aside each and every year to do that. The other comment was, if you have extra money left over, can you, that section, let's say Eagles View, can Eagles View pay down their mortgage and once the mortgage is paid off, stop making the loan payment on that portion? The answer is absolutely yes. That's part of controlling your destiny, is to make that decision. Yes, yes, ma'am.
Mine was about the golf course also. The way I understand it, it's going to be a separate thing for the expenses to rebuild it, but everybody has to pay. Everybody that buys a share has to pay whether they're a golfer or not. And I've had relatives that golf here that when they go back to golf, they said that the golf course will never be a good golf course again because they've taken too much off to build those other properties down there. I mean, solar lots across the golf course.
Sure, the comment was, she's not a golfer, but she's had relatives in the golf that say that the golf course can never be brought back because too much was given away. And everybody that buys in is paying a portion of the golf course to fix it up. That is true, and the reason for that is even if you're not a golfer, we think it's an amenity that adds a lot to what's going on here.
But do the people that golf here think that it can be brought back to be?
Yeah, the question is, do the people that golf here think it can be brought back so that it is a good golf course? Can we see a show of hands if you think that's possible? All right, so I think there's pretty good indication. Yes, sir.
My name is Fred Schlitt. I heard a comment that you made earlier about the board or the committee decided to put up a sale of about 950 shares. Is that right?
Right.
Okay. There's only, what, 802 in the whole neighborhood?
So there's 950.
How many?
950.
Oh, there is?
Yes.
Then there's no need for my rest of my comments.
Yes.
Second question. After we pay the first $1,000 initial to buy in, is there a financing, because like she said, lady back there, we're all on fixed incomes. Is there any kind of financing, or is it, do we have to come up with the whole 3,000?
You know, I see here that in the agenda I was supposed to address personal financing, and I didn't do that, so sorry about that. There is personal financing. If you talk, Norman right here, you'd see him afterwards. He's made contact with the bank right up the street. They have some financing available for you. You can just talk with him right after the meeting.
Center State?
Yeah, Center State. Let's see, sir, back there, you had your hand over quite a while.
This question is, a friend of mine just asked me to ask this. I already think I know the answer, but in the contract it states that we're buying property as is. Her question was, well, why can't Maxwell make the necessary improvements to bring it up?
Okay, so let's,
Just comment.
yeah, let's answer that question, because that is a good question. The problem with having Maxwell do it, and he'd have been more than happy to if we'd agreed to pay, you know, $3.7 million what it was appraised at. The only problem with that is, would you be happy with what he spent that money on to fix it up? I don't think so.
That would be an unknown, we don't know.
Right, yeah. And I can tell you, the one time I ever saw that happen was in a community down in the West Palm Beach area. The owner agreed to put in a sprinkler system as part of the closing for every home site that didn't have sprinkling at that point. It was a 480 space community. The sprinkling system he put in could water 14 lawns at one time. So never would you get enough water to do that. And I mean, that's kind of the idea when the owner puts money in, he's going to do it the cheap way.